What is up, my rowdy, young, and reckless crew? We are back. We are back. We are back. We are back. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all so much for bearing with me because, as you all know, I've been on vacation since last Saturday. And yeah, I missed episode 9. I wanted to get this out because today is Sunday. It is 10:32 p.m. And I wanted to get this out before the episode drops tonight because I plan on getting that one out tonight as well. But yeah, shout out to y'all that did tell me happy birthday. My birthday was last Tuesday, 30 years old now. If you didn't already know, I had a lot of computer issues leading the day before going on the trip, as well I had car issues the day before that. So I had a lot of shit going on. I had to get a new computer. Got that yesterday, which is why I'm trying to get these videos out right now. If y'all watch me for everything else, y'all know I got a lot of stuff to catch up on. That's why I'm trying to crank these out today. Today is Sunday. I'm off to a Wednesday, so I'm going to try and catch up so I can at least have Tuesday off to just chill. But yeah, please thumbs up the video. Do that right now. We got to get me in the algorithm again. Thumbs up the video. Do that real quick. Drop y'all's comments down below. I'm pretty sure y'all will do that. As y'all see, your boy got 10. Love it. But yeah, they was on the boat just like I was outside on that beach. So yeah, we're going to get into it. It's a lot of tussling going on. A lot of fake people getting exposed and a lot of people looking stupid. But yeah, let's get into it right now. Let's go. Subscribe if you're new. Subscribe. We're on the road to 12K. All right, so we get back where we left off, which was Zaniyah pretty much still standing on the fact that Kennedy and Cy was trying to jump Hennessy for her, and they still sitting there denying it. Me, I still believe Zaniyah. I believe that Zaniyah is telling the truth. I believe that Kennedy is a punk, and she is scared of Hennessy, and she's scared of Kayla, because she knows that they eventually will try and fight her if they do believe what Zaniyah is stating, and she don't want that. It's clear as day because she clearly had no problem jumping up on Alexis and seemingly ready to jump on Legacy because she thinks she could beat those people. Whereas when you got Lauren, who was pressing her repeatedly for fights, she ain't want it. She don't want that with Hennessy. She don't want that with Kayla. But Ferrari then states, let's just go ahead and move on to the boat. At this point, like, let's just stop doing all this here. Let's get on the boat. So Zaniyah pretty much states in her confessionals that she was just mad about them making it seem like she was lying about the fact that they said that shit whenever that's what it was. She's like, I'm not trying to make shit up to be cool with an op. I'm just telling you this is what y'all said. And I believe her. Honestly do. Because I feel like Zaniyah don't really have a reason to lie about that. But Kennedy, she's sitting over there talking big like she always do. Y'all know how she do. She try to pump herself up talking big. Sitting there talking about ain't no bitch gonna hit her in her mouth. And she said, I ain't about to keep explaining myself to bitches when I get real money outside of this. But you still on the show. You still on the show and you still sitting here explaining yourself to bitches that you claim that you don't want to explain it to. Like Kennedy's one of them people. It's sad because I thought I was gonna like her at the very beginning of the season, but she's the wackest one on this show. She's a loser. But Yaz being a professional flunky, like she's literally a sidekick to Nugg and now she's a sidekick to Kennedy. It's like she literally embarrasses herself. But she's sitting up there basically trying to pump old girl up to get in there and try and make sure that she ain't looking like a punk, which she already is though. But Kennedy is stating that she's not with the lying shit. Don't lie on me, but it sounds like you're the one lying. But they get on the yacht. Everybody's turning up. We then see a scene where Alexis and Guan Goody are talking about how the whole fight transpired between the two of them. And Alexis felt like she was getting played because why are people getting on the jet that really ain't done nothing, didn't stand on business? And she's basically stating like it's not about just fighting. It's about the fact that y'all ain't really present. And she's not lying. Like, Alexis is not lying. Alexis came in that house and stood on every bit of business that she had. When it came to Cy, she was whooping Cy down 3 rounds back to back. Kennedy, she got that with Kennedy because Kennedy was sitting there trying to restrain her as she was beating Cy, which is rightfully so because you sitting here holding my arm. What if Cy could fight and decided that she wanted to get them licks in because you sitting here holding my arm? I'm going to need that from you. And she got that from her and she took Kennedy through it. Won both of them rounds. And she just beat Guan Goody up. Like, if anybody deserved to be on that PJ, it definitely was Alexis. Guan Goody didn't do shit to be on there. Cy didn't do shit to be on there. Yaz, honestly, should not have been on there. Yes, she's fought, but Yaz is literally a sidekick. She's not a leader. She's not young and reckless. Like, let's keep it real. But Alexis then states that, like, I stood on my business, but people got picked that wasn't standing on shit. And Guan Goody's in her confessional stating the same thing that she said before. Like, it looks like you're hating on me because it's not cute because you're pretty and you're too pretty for that. She's not hating on you. She's telling you the truth. She's telling the truth. And it's like people could say that Alexis was doing that and it came on some hate shit because she's on the PJ. But no, y'all literally made it seem like the people that were going to be on the PJ were the people that were actually doing stuff. And the people that y'all put on the PJ aren't doing shit. Like, so she's right. But Ferrari then states that who said that it was going to be a PJ in y'all's contract. And Alexis said, I mean, I know it wasn't promised, but why wouldn't I want to be on it when y'all sitting here stating what I just said? Like, people that's supposed to be on it is people that's standing on business when I know I was the one standing on business. But here comes Sai looking for a moment because you ain't been doing shit. Ain't been doing shit. Talking about something, well, there was a moment where you said that you wanted to go home, right? Alexis told her to mind her business. Like, ain't nobody talking to you. Ain't nobody talking to you. And you don't want these issues again. We already know. But Legacy was like, Alexis said what she said, and she said what she said. And Alexis was like, yeah, these bitches ain't on shit. They don't stand on business. Got they ass whooped. Talking about side for real, for real. Why are they on the PJ? Exactly. Good. But Alexis then says that she was going to go home because she was sick of them playing with her. But she said, I'm not going home because I'm not making it look like people ran me out of here. I feel her. I feel her. But Zaniyah, she wants to play games so she can get the mess started. We get Nugg and Snow kissing. We find out that Snow has a girl at home. And you sit here kissing Nugg, couldn't be. I don't care if it's a game or not. You couldn't do that with me. But Nugg ends up asking Legacy if there's beef or if she wants to be cool with her. You mean that's a question that that's what you want to know from, because basically she making it seem like Legacy has an issue with her but wants to be cool with her. But it's really you. You're the one that want to be cool with Legacy. That's why you asking that question. But Legacy's like, no, I mean, you're not cool with my dog. Like, you're not cool with Mel. That's basically what she's talking about. After y'all get there, we'll see what happens then. But regardless, Legacy's loyal. She's not going to be cool with Nugg when Mel still got issues with her. But Nugg then says, so you don't fuck with me because somebody else don't. That somebody else is somebody that she's tight with. Like, somebody she's super tight with. But Legacy then says, like, I ran my face because I snuck you and you should have deaded it after that. True. Especially because of the fact that Nugg, you know you can beat Legacy. Why are you going to continue to keep fighting her? For what? But Nugg then says that she felt like Legacy was still needing that. That's why she did it. But Nugg then says, essentially, we can go our own ways. Just don't disrespect me. You the one that be feeling like you disrespected over anything. Like, you the one just looking for a moment. Legacy don't even be thinking about you like that. But Ferrari, being messy, which I hope they get her at this reunion for being messy. Granted, I get what she's doing for the show. But same thing I say with Natalie Nunn on Baddies. If you're going to be messy and produce, get off the show. Get off the show. Because when you're doing it on the show, you're a cast member, which means you should get your ass whipped for it. That's my opinion. But she starts playing this truth or dare game, and she ends up, I guess, addressing it to Sai. But Ferrari then asks who needs to go home. And she's asking this for Chastity because they had previously had a conversation where Chastity feels like Sai should go home, which she's right. But Chastity ends up stating that Sai is getting her ass whooped, ain't talking to nobody. Like, you literally are not giving OG. You're not giving Young and Reckless. Like, why are you here? Valid, because it's true. But Sai then says that I fought, it can't be me. Chastity said exactly what I was thinking. You fought, but you didn't do anything. You got your ass whooped. And that don't mean shit because you ain't doing nothing else. Like, you fought Alexis one time and you didn't win. Outside of that, what else have you done? You're only known for getting your ass whooped this season and not doing anything but popping shit in them confessionals. Chastity's not lying. Chastity might be playing the back, but Chastity is actually pretty. She's good to look at. She gives good confessionals. She stood on her business with Nene, but she ain't got no issue with nobody else. So what's the point in continuing to do it? You be popping shit in them confessionals. Like, there's a difference between you and Chastity. But Sai ends up stating that in her confessionals that you're boring. You're the one on mute. Ever since you fought Nene, you've been on mute. And I'm far from boring. Delusional. You're probably the most boring person on this cast, without a doubt. But Sai then says that she feels like Jules shouldn't be there because she been in the cut. I said, the audacity. Jules has done 10 times more than what you have. But Jules is like, fuck you, you're boring. And she is boring. But Jules then says that Sai is still boring after fighting. Facts. She says, ain't nobody been whooping me like they've been whooping you. And Sai says, Sai been getting tagged and dragged around because she sucks. No lies told. But Amber, her boring ass is sitting there laying there sunbathing, and Legacy clocks it and says, this ain't Young or Reckless. Like, facts. But Amber says that she says she's been tweaking, but Legacy just wasn't there to see it. The first day, that's the only thing that you did. You're tweaking. That was the only thing that you did. And that was literally the first day, the first probably hour y'all started filming. But other than that, you ain't been doing nothing. But she then states that she don't like how Legacy and Zaniyah are making these little side comments. They might be making side comments, but what they stating is true. Everything they're stating is true. But Amber says that she was trying to disengage because of the shit that happened with Jules, trying to get her mind together. I'm like, yeah, because you're boring. But Amber is trying to show out now, talking about somebody said this, somebody said that. And Lexi's like, you're not stating who said what you're claiming they're stating. Like, put a name on it. Like, you're not young and reckless if you sitting here talking about somebody and can't put a name on it. And she was like, she only doing all this pumping and shit because she knows there's eliminations coming. But Legacy tells her to call it out. Amber ends up getting too close to Legacy. Legacy tells her to back up, and she ends up pushing her ass back. But Amber says that she heard that Legacy was asking who it was. Amber sitting there talking about people know who it is. We don't know who it is. Put a name on it. Put a name on it. But Zaniyah and Minnie, they start going back and forth. This was funny. About being from Jersey. And Minnie's on edge. Like, she's constantly on defense mode. Zaniyah's like, look, relax. I ain't got no issue with you. I'm just literally I ain't got no problem with you. Relax. Because Minnie was like giving her that energy that was not warranted. But Minnie's on the defense. And she said that she was mad because she got this little ass wig on and it was blowing my shit. And the shit was literally blowing her shit. Like, it was blowing. That was so funny to me. So funny. But Zaniyah, she ends up stating, like, us being from the same state. You came in, you was overly drunk, and you ain't really been standing on business. I heard that you ain't really been standing on business because I ain't really seen it. Granted, she's hearing from hearsay, but what is true? I mean, it's true. Like, apart from Amber, and then you having to force yourself to fight Lauren because she socked you, she ain't really been standing on business because Zaniyah ends up clocking her later on, but we'll get to it. But she like, you supposed to put on for Jersey. And it's true. Like, the girls that are on the show putting on for Jersey that are really putting on is Alexis and Zaniyah. Minnie could have from the beginning, but she fizzled out. But Minnie says, I did, you just wasn't here. Zaniyah says, but you ain't doing it now. Minnie says, but I do what I want to do when I want to do it. Granted, you can do that, but you do be letting people punk you, but we'll get to it. But Minnie then states that she don't know why Zaniyah is even saying anything to her because she wasn't there for it when she actually was popping off. But Zaniyah says that I heard that Minnie has been getting after Amber, like getting on that with Amber, but you're not doing it with Yaz and Nugg. That's my point. That's my point. Zaniyah's right. Because how you going to have the energy for Amber, who wasn't really pressing you, but then you got Yaz and Nugg who are checking you, consistently checking you, and you ain't have none of that energy for them. And that's what Zaniyah's stating. It does look like some punk shit. But Zaniyah then says, like, I'm not saying you got to fight them, but at least check them. They sitting here checking you, and you just letting them do it. And that's just really what it is. But Zaniyah then says that Minnie is making the East Coast look bad, letting them talk to you crazy. You ain't saying shit, but you got all this mouth for Amber. Yaz, of course, trying to have her moment because she heard her name finally. And she's talking about how she was checking Minnie. And Zaniyah's like, yeah, that's my point. You was checking her, but she ain't check you. Facts. Like, the energy was not reciprocated. But Jules ends up asking Yaz if she had hopped in that fight that she had with Kayla, that Jules had with Kayla, and hit her. And she said, yeah, because you scratched me, which is still there. Still there. And Jules is like, I mean, I helped you look cuter with that scratch because you've been looking like the Grinch with your mean ass. Which is But Ferrari, being messy again. I hope they get her. She ends up instigating Kayla, looking like Kayla's whack. I'm sorry, y'all. I know she got a lot of fans. I don't like what I see from Kayla on here. Kayla is a loser, yo. Like, this was whack. She let Ferrari literally manipulate her into throwing a drink on Jules for no reason. For no reason. Ferrari just wanted a fight to happen on the boat, and that's literally what happened. But she throws that drink on Jules and says that she feels like Jules was boring and you got your eye busted and you don't want to get your lick back. Jules was handling you before you hit her twice. And I still don't believe that eye happened from you because we didn't see it. And maybe it did. Maybe they didn't show it. But you didn't do enough to be pumping it the way you are, especially considering the fact that Zaniyah busted your shit. Your lip looked crazy. Compared to whatever Jules' eye looked like, your lip was busted. Busted. And it's like, you ain't get your lick back with Zaniyah. Granted, y'all went multiple rounds, but like the way your lip was looking after the fact, you should have ran that with her. But she's sitting over there feeling some type of way about Jules. Jules throws the drink back at her. They tussling on the hammock. Ferrari is being cringy in them confessionals as usual. Like, you can tell she's trying to have a moment. And it's just like, it's not selling. It's not selling and it's not landing. But Kayla, she then states that she got to do and she does what she wants to do when she wants to do it. I said, yeah. And also doing the shit that Ferrari tells you to do, looking like her personal slave. That's literally what it looks like to me. But Zaniyah is now checking Amber because she like, I literally just told you she gonna do this shit and have you looking stupid. Literally. What happened? Literally, it did not even take, because this is in the same day. Like probably a couple hours afterwards, Zaniyah told her that Kayla's gonna do something to make you look stupid. And look, it literally happened. But Amber sitting there talking about she wasn't expecting that because the beef was dead. Yeah, you thought it was. You thought it was. Zaniyah was like, I told you you was gonna look stupid, and you do look stupid. That's why I don't like you. I don't disagree. But Zaniyah muffed the fuck out of Amber and sent her ass almost over that damn boat. But Amber tries to come back. Amber ends up ripping Zaniyah's anklets off. Zaniyah says Amber looks stupid because everything I told her was going to happen, and it did. We then get Snow. Snow ends up hearing Hennessy mentioning her name after Zaniyah mentioned her name after all this shit that just went down. And Hennessy apparently has said that Snow was in everything. And Snow was like, I'm in what? And Hennessy was like, she needed that. And Snow said, you needed that, you going to get that. So she punched her in her face. They get to tussling. Hennessy's now spitting on Snow. Nasty. Hennessy then says that she saw red after Snow had kicked her in her shit, and that's why she started doing what she was doing. But Hennessy on the boat crashing out because security is pretty much restraining her. She can't get to Snow. She wants to get to Snow because Snow kicked her in her face and had her leaking. But Jules, Snow, and Amber, they're in the lounge portion of the boat. Like they got them secluded away from the rest of the girls. Jules is in there crashing out about Kayla. I don't blame her. Like, you threw a drink on me, yeah, I'm going to be crashing out too until I get my hands on you. But she throws a drink back at Kayla. Kayla's sitting there screaming with her loud mouth. Jules is in there crashing out, telling her, die, die, die. I'm like, damn. But Zaniyah says, y'all wanted this from Jules, and you got it. Where's the lie? Y'all wanted it, and you got it. But Jules said, get me off this boat. Amber saying that she ain't fucking with Kayla doing that to Jules after she just claimed that she was on the same page with her. I said, well, then go fight her then. If you don't feel good about what she did after she just played in your face, go fight her. Go fight her. But we know she won't. But they didn't leave the boat. We got Alexis and Legacy, the duo, laughing about the tussling going on. But back on the bus going back to the house, Nugg is asking Sai how she feels about the whole Chastity situation. Sai says it's not that deep. Everybody was saying that Chastity is boring, so why is it smoke when I said it? Because you're boring. You can't be boring calling somebody else boring. Like, that's why it's smoke. It's Rich coming from you. Rich. But Sai says, like, I'm not no hating asshole. I'm just telling her to turn up more because I've been here 3 seasons and you've done nothing all 3 of those seasons. Like, you telling her to turn up. It's like, how you going to tell me to turn up when you don't turn up? You literally only pop it in them confessionals. You never have that energy in real time. But she's stating that you can't tell somebody to do well, that's basically what I just said. You can't tell somebody to do some shit when you don't match that energy that you want from them. But they claim that they're going to be evicting people this time instead of pump faking them eliminations. We'll see. But next week, you got Ferrari trying to press Legacy, and Legacy knocks her shit back, and she starts tripping out. So now she's trying to get other girls to fight her battles, going to Kayla and Yaz. Anybody that does do it is whack. Because why are you not fighting back? She muffed you. You go fight back. But it looks like Zaniyah is swinging. I hope that was strategic editing because the way they made it seem looked like she was swinging on Legacy. I hope. I don't see a reason as to why Zaniyah would, but I hope she doesn't, because if she does, I'm gonna be mad at you, Zaniyah, because you definitely one of my favorites this season. But yeah, shout out to y'all if you got this far. Thumbs up the video. Drop those comments down below. Get me back in the algorithm. Subscribe if you're new. Share the video. I will see y'all later on tonight. Peace.